Ms. McBee, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. I guess the first question is, why do you want to be mayor, and what was the deciding factor that said, I've got to do this?
So I've been working in Dallas for the last 25 years, grassroots level, board level, solving problems in Dallas on some really challenging issues, mainly homelessness. I've spent a lot of time in that space and getting things done, working with the city at the bridge and accomplishing things. And I was encouraged over the last 10 years by different civic leaders to run for mayor. And it was never really the right time. I had a lot of things going on, that, working professionally, and was just happy doing what I was doing. And then over the last 2 years, folks that had seen my leadership at the bridge and my leadership style of working with the city, because we're the private part of the public-private, said, we've never had a better relationship than the one we have under your leadership. You should really think about this. You're a collaborative leader, you bring people together, and you get things done.
And so there wasn't really one deciding factor. It was really just built up over time.
It was built up over probably 10 years.
I guess, people who are going to be making this decision on May 4th, why should they trust you over the 8 other people on the ballot?
Yeah, I have a history of getting things done. I have a history of finding sustainable solutions to problems that are very difficult. I have a very collaborative leadership style. I work with different stakeholder groups well, business, nonprofit, grassroots, philanthropists, to align, the vision of what you're trying to achieve and get things done. I'm not someone that a plan sits on a shelf with me. So I think we need a mayor that's going to be able to collaborate with different stakeholder groups. We've got a lot of tough things that need to be tackled. So it's going to take someone that's got that background of accomplishing things and moving big agendas forward.
So what is the essence of your campaign?
It's really a very basics platform. It's making sure that everybody in Dallas has got the best quality of life, and that starts with making sure that we've got great public safety, and making sure that we've got great infrastructure, and that's roads and code compliance, streets, sidewalks, alleys that are large enough for trash trucks to go down them. So it's a very basic platform.
And what is the first thing, if you are elected, to accomplish that you would
We've
like
got
to
to get
do?
on top of public safety, start really being laser focused on recruiting more officers, retaining what we have, and thinking of creative ways to bring revenue in to pay for what we need to do in the police and public safety area.
Does that include hiring more officers?
It does include hiring more officers.
The city's budget already, 2/3 of it goes towards public safety. So the question is to give officers more money, and to hire more officers is going to cost a lot. Not to mention the pension, more money's got to go to the pension. So where's the city going to get that money?
Yeah, I think first it's about making it a priority. We do have a $3.7 billion budget, so making it a priority. It's like in your own home. You're going to pay your mortgage before you go on a trip. So we've got to make sure that we've got public safety taken care of, and we are making it our #1 priority. And then when you think about new revenue streams, I'd like to see us become an outside trainer for other departments. We've got a really great training academy, and we invest a lot in our officers. And we could become an outside trainer where we're training other surrounding departments to come in and have training, and that would be new revenue in.
And let me ask about property taxes, because that's a very big issue right now. People feel as if, in some cases, they're being taxed out of their homes. I know there's a dispute right now between cities and state lawmakers as far as capping the revenues and the increase unless they go to the voters. Under a Lynn McBee administration, can you assure people that their property taxes won't go sky high to pay for, what the city needs to be done?
So I'm in local control. I think what we need to do in Dallas, we know what to do in Dallas. And so I'm someone that would, be staunch for local control and making sure that we are making those decisions on what's best for our citizens here in Dallas. And I would do everything possible to make sure that we do not have rising property taxes. It's the valuations that are going up. And so making sure that we do keep that in check.
And what the mayor has tried to do here, and other council members, is lower the rate a little bit to make up for some of those rising valuations, but people's property tax bills are still going up. So would you advocate for trying to lower the rate as valuations go up while still paying for city services?
I would, and I tell you, it's again about prioritization, making sure that we're doing the things we need to do first with the budget, and that is public safety, and then that's infrastructure. We've got $550 million right now in bond and general fund money for roads. We need to push that out. So taxpayers have paid in for things, and we have this bond money. We need to make sure that we're going about pushing that bond money out so we do have good streets and the infrastructure that we need.
You talked about homelessness, and I know there was a bond, obviously the same bond, 2017, there was money that was geared towards homelessness. What more could the city be doing to wipe out that problem?
Yeah, so it was $20 million, and it's really looking at, permanent supportive housing and different things for the homeless. And what we need in the homeless space is more permanent supportive housing. That's where you take someone that has worked the program, has a voucher, and is ready to go into a permanent living situation where they've got wraparound services and support. Right now we have a lot of apartments across Dallas that wouldn't cost a lot to refurbish. You have a lot of nonprofits could go in and be the operators of these apartment complexes. That way you can move people out of the shelters and into the permanent supportive living environment, and then you can bring more people in. But until we start to have the access to homes and the permanent supporting living environment homes, we're going to continue to have people on the street.
And how easy is that to accomplish since you've been on the private sector? Is there help out there? Is there a willingness to do it?
There is such a willingness. I've been, chair of the board of the Bridge for the last few years and been involved with the Bridge, which is the low barrier entry for the city for all the homeless. We see 1,000 people a day. And so there is an appetite for that, for us to have more permanent supportive housing. And we've looked at it privately, fundraising to do that. Again, you would not have to do any zoning changes if you went about rehabilitating some of the apartments that are across the city.
What about economic development? And, after Amazon decided to go to New York and Washington, of course now they're not going to New York, but they didn't choose Dallas. Do you think, how concerned were you about that? And were there lessons learned for the city, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think with economic development, before you have that, you've got to take care of your basics. And so I think we've got to take care of public safety, and we've got to take care of infrastructure, and we've got to continue to make sure that DSD, DCCCD, UNT Dallas, and our education, public education is strong, because if we have that trifecta of things, then you're going to have economic development. Amazon said they didn't come because we did not have a good job-ready workforce. We've got Dallas County Community College District that's got 7 different colleges, access to people to be coders, culinary arts, everything, a tool, a trade. There is so much opportunity for education here, and so I want to get to a point where there are not companies that say we're not going to come because you don't have a job-ready workforce. If we continue to have partnerships between DSD and DCCCD, we won't have that.
And the last public reports a couple of weeks ago showed that you raised a lot of money for your campaign, and I'm wondering, what does that say in some of the endorsements that you have received? What do both of those say about the viability of your campaign?
Yeah, I was very proud. I had a lot of support from all over the city. I had $10 donations up to the maximum, which is $5,000. And so it wasn't just one certain sect. I've worked very deeply in this city, so it was great to have support from all over the city. I think that says that people have confidence in me. People know that my leadership style is what we need right now, and they're willing to put their money behind that.
And you're confident that you're going to be one of the two in the runoff?
I am.
Why is that?
Because I know the voters will see that. They will see my authenticity, they will see my drive, they will see my collaborative leadership style, and they will see that I am, no guff, but we're going to get it done.
Lynn McBee, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
It was great being with you.
Good luck to you.
All right, thank you.